Hey everybody, this is Stormy with the capital Z coming at you with a game from the League of Forgotten Battlefields. We got an Undead mirror in our hands right now, and this is going to be Gamebhai spawning over here as the green Undead player. He will be going up against NoobyXD spawning as the pink Undead player, and this map is going to be the Gnoll Wood. This league is all about playing on older maps. We have an entire map pool of older maps, and that is our concept going on. So far it's been running very well. Let's see how this particular matchup goes about. This is going to be Undead versus Undead, and as I've mentioned this a couple of times now, that it's far more interesting now. The mirror matchups, they have far more dynamics as compared to what they used to have once upon a time. So, Gamebhai opening up with hero first. NoobyXD pretty much doing the same. Nothing too very special going on right now. No variation in the build. This so far seems to be mostly a mirror match. We got a Crypt Lord coming in for GB, okay. And it's going to be Death Knight for NoobyXD. I have not seen GB use Crypt Lord way too much. Let's see how this turns out to be. If this, of course, game 1, this is the safest game for both players. You can go for something wacky, you can go for sort of a cheese build and try to get that quick victory, or go for a unusual strategy that somehow way work out. Both of the players sending their scout acolytes on rather further locations, and they're not gonna find each other anytime soon. Graveyard being dropped here for NoobyXD, and GB of course doing the same thing. Crypt Lord out. May not choose to sell off the TP though, and ooh, NoobyXD getting his acolyte caught over there. Needs to be careful, needs to be super careful. GB has like 2 more spawn locations to scout. So does Nooby. Nooby will scout this and this, and they'll notice that they were literally beside each other the entire game, and they went for pretty long scout routes with these first scout acolyte. Now it appears that they'll be calling their acolytes back to the base. They kinda probably figured out by now the locations. And what do you have here? NoobyXD going in for skeleton warriors. Will be able to creep that camp out without much of a hassle. GB on the other side has some skeleton warriors over here, but doesn't seem to be going in for any creep just yet. Getting some ghouls, it appears. GB transitioning into ghouls? He does have some ghouls on the way. It's gonna be a mass ghoul build, and is GB going for Expo? That appears to be the case, I guess, since these maps are kind of forgotten by now. Many players don't really remember the creep routes. They don't remember most of the creeps around the map, and it is sometimes a difficulty for some people. So what's GB doing? Send this Crypt Lord back to the base. Probably want to pick up the Sacrificial Skull by my estimate. Yeah, there we go. Sacrificial Skull in. NoobyXD on the side will be creeping out this camp and getting the DK to level 2. NoobyXD is ahead of GB right now. Tier 2 coming in. GB kind of choosing to expand over here. Scout acolyte actually detecting each other's locations now, and kind of have to feel a bit dumb there because if they sent it to the other direction, that would have been better. And oh no, this is disastrous. This is disastrous. GB lost every single ghoul he had. Here comes the Scout Acolyte for NoobyXD, and now here's the thing about being Undead. NoobyXD can cheese over here, put down a ziggurat of his own while GB is trying to creep. This is something that you can do as an Undead player. Of course, it's not necessary that it's going to come up, but it will pressurize your opponent, and it will have him a bit busy while he's trying to creep. NoobyXD coming in with the entire army. Death Coil will not reach it in time. GB managed to kill that creep earlier. Now NoobyXD gonna have to deal with 6 beetles. Beetles trying to get us around on that Death Knight. That does have a TP, so it should be fine. Won't be getting any kills over there at least. But then again, you don't really want to lose that TP either. These are level 1 beetles, so they don't really have a lot of HP. They don't really have a lot of damage, but they can get the job done when they are really needed. GB will put up the expansion. NoobyXD will try to pressurize GB over here. Impale. GB got himself the level 2, of course, after creeping this camp out. But there is no mana left on that Crypt Lord. This doesn't look very good. NoobyXD taking out those carrion beetles one by one, gaining some good amount of experience bits. GB now pulling in a few ghouls. We'll try to pressurize the fiends. More ghouls coming in. Of course, Death Coil Snipe will not be usable here, but Impale will be. GB trying to get us around. Not quite getting it. Of course, the Unholy Aura coming into play. Uh-oh, the Fiend shouldn't have attack. It was a big risky maneuver there. One more attack, Fiend being not surrounded. Instead, Ghoul got taken out. But GB will use that same corpse to get 2 more beetles. GB needs to kill something right away if he needs to get something back from whatever he lost up till right now. NoobyXD kind of out-microing him right now. There's a big gap there. That Fiend will definitely escape. Trying to get surround. I think he'll get it this time. Death Coil. He got the surround. This Fiend will likely fall. Do we have a Lich? Lich is here for NoobyXD. GB trying to get us around on the DK. Successful. But the DK also successfully managing to escape that surround after killing a creep, a skeleton warrior, a ghoul there. Or a carrion beetle. That may also be the thing there. GB struggling here, I must say, to get us around on the fiends. He needs some kills to get it back. And he may get a big one if he gets us around on that Lich. His beetles, skeleton warriors, are very weak. He should send them back or kill them himself rather than give the experience bits to the opponent. Expansion is up but not running yet. GB had a lot of time. Why didn't he send down his... Okay, I guess he was checking, that's why not. He should be building a lot more Aqua Lives. He needs to take the benefit of that expo now. He suffered heavy losses during that entire engagement. He suffered heavy losses during the time that he tried to creep that camp out. Now, if he needs to get back, he needs that expo. He needs the expo to be running at a full potential, and he's just now going for it. NoobyXD seems to be supply blocked. Putting down 2 ziggurats at the same time. Won't be having any more units for NoobyXD for some time until the ziggurats are up. One fiend being killed over there. GB may go for a second hero and on the fiend. Not very successful in doing so. Getting a lot of frame drops. This is probably because I switched to 60 FPS. Kind of gives me a signal that I can't really stream at 60 FPS, at least not WarCraft. A lot of acolytes died this day. GB should have rearranged the rally. Going from the southern location of these trees would have been better for the acolytes. GB is losing a lot here. Oh no, he had enough mana on the Death Coil, but didn't use it. Death Knight for NoobyXD is weak. Good opportunity for GB to strike, but no, this is bad. NoobyXD has control of the game right now. He needs to finish it to win game 1. What is this? statues are necessary. He needs those obsidian statues. A level 3 Crypt Lord will be much needed at this point of time. Perhaps killing the obsidian statue would work out for GB. NoobyXD doing the right thing of keeping the Death Knight behind and attacking the Ziggurat or Nerubian Tower using the ranged units. GB trying to get some kills on the Fiends. A silence by the Dark Ranger. The Dark Ranger was concealed up till now. I don't even know if it could have made it over here though. It only just got bought from the tavern. Or rather summoned from the tavern. UvXD at a 50-foot army, GB currently at 33, and considering the fact that he has an expo, 5 of that doesn't really count as a military. GB will now try to take down obsidian statues. He should have tried to do that some time ago actually. Double crypt, and GB's got a lot of gold there actually. Okay, GB has no plans to give up just yet. Upgraded one of his ziggurats to a spirit tower. Got the impale. May try to get us around. Yep, he's gonna get this, and Fiend will burrow in. Can you do an impale? I think he can impale it out. But he is going back to the base to get us dust. NoobyXD will return with the rest of his army. To try to get us around on GB's Death Knight. We'll have to back it out. And NoobyXD successfully managing to save that Fiend which was burrowed in. NoobyXD now crossing upkeep. Of course, GB is the one with the expo. He is the one that does not need to hesitate while trying to cross upkeep, as opposed to NoobyXD. But I don't see the 4th ziggurat just yet. 5th ziggurat rather. We need 5th and 6th ziggurat. Okay, finally coming in.
Players' forces are under attack.
UvXD will try to creep out the middle fountain camp. Can work out really well for you, of course. On Gnoll Wood, it randomizes into either the Fountain of Mana or the Fountain of Health. It's a Fountain of Health in this scenario, so okay, NoobyXD scoring a Scourge Bone Chimes. Only going to be usable on the Death Knight, plus on any kind of skeleton warriors if he summons any. This army clearly doesn't have fiends. GB got himself a Lich. Okay, Tri-Hero versus Tri-Hero. NoobyXD this time will try to take out the expo. And NoobyXD putting up an expo for himself. Of course, this expo is far more exposed as compared to GB's expo, which has sort of a defensive position. This is the problem with some of the old maps, of course, and GB trying to repair his... He successfully managed to do that. Lovely. The Fiends for NoobyXD have 2 attack upgrades. For GB, they have none. The Lich for GB got killed. Good snipe. GB forced to back out a bit. 43 food versus 60. Not going to work out in your favor. GB going in for what he likes to go for. I don't think it's the right call though. We're losing a lot of fiends here. Looks really bad.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
NoobyXD backing out, but he's just trying to regroup his army and come back stronger. You want some creeping, okay? Lich level 4 and Dark Lady, that is the Dark Ranger level 3, will be really good, but NoobyXD are also creeping with the Death Knight, so that's going to hinder the amount of experience. GB not creeping at all. Finally crossing upkeep though, but he needs to go much more than that, and I would say these towers are really good, and GB sending out some Carrion Beetles to scout expos. He just detected Newbie's expo and he's gonna have to do something about that real soon. Okay. I guess one of them wasn't that good enough. But I guess a second one. Will that be the answer? No, these fiends. Not just one, the second one will also get killed. That's a good amount of gold down the drain. What's he doing? Trying to come back, but this time he has company. Question is it actually going to work against that many fiends? And I don't know if they have web yet or not, but most likely versus Undead you would want to go for web, considering that destroyers are very much staple. And going for the web upgrade from your script wouldn't really take too long of a time.
A player's forces are under attack.
4-3-3 for NoobyXD, and the Lich is about to hit level 4. Lich is going to be super dangerous. GB sitting at 3-1-1. We all know how that will work out. Here comes the Frostworm, but it's already webbed down. GB can use a Death Coil on it, but that's just about it. And he couldn't do that either because silence. Second Frosty coming in, but it's too little too late. I don't think GB is going to come back from this. Lich goes down for GB, and the last hero, Cryptlord, is the only thing standing. Getting surrounded, does have potion of heal, can run away, I guess. Here's the thing, NoobyXD knows that he definitely has the game, but unless and until he actually ransacks the expo, it's not going to be over. There's always going to be a situation where GB can just go back to his base and reproduce the army. Cryptlord trying to pull the army away. Firepower. Lich taking a lot of hits, but it can be Death Coil anytime. NoobyXD has a full mana tank on that Death Knight. Nice Frost Nova there. Could use some Dark Arrows as well. GG by Gamebhai.